Hello and welcome. You're watching our English news program on Somaliland National Television and I'm Waris Mohammed. These are the stories making headlines. Somaliland House of Elders are handed over the agenda to be discussed on the next meeting. Ministry of Public Works opened a 10-day training workshop. Aland calls for global response to Islamic State. Somaliland House of Elders on an assembly were handed over the agenda to be discussed and approved on the next assembly. This assembly, which was delayed few times earlier, was held now to announce that the agenda was passed to all 42 members of the House of Elders and that they were given some time to read and discuss the agenda on the next meeting. Chairman of the House of Elders, Suleiman Mahmoud, spoke to the attendees about the importance of attending the assemblies of the House to assure that all issues in concern are discussed and that the agendas are approved and passed. Director General for the Ministry of Public Works opened a 10-day workshop for the ministry's employees to train with newly arrived equipment. Director General of Public Works, speaking to the participants on the significance of taking advantage of this short workshop, urged them to amplify their efforts on learning as much as they can from this training workshop. He continued explaining that these equipment will upgrade the general outcome of the employees at the ministry, and also stated that similar equipment were given to all ministry staff at all districts and regions of Somaliland. The Director General expressed his thankfulness to the continuing efforts and support of the IOM, JPLG project and UN Habitat. On the other hand, officials of the Ministry of Public Works gave keynote speeches and stated that among the equipment given to the employees of the ministry are the equipments designed for road renovation. In conclusion, these officials encouraged the participants to benefit from the knowledge offered during these 10 days. Mayor of Hargeisa City, Abdulrahman Mahmoud Aidid, held a meeting at his office with the citizens of the capital city to hear their complaints and solve issues about lands. The mayor urged the citizens not to trust individuals who claim they work for the local municipality and take money from the citizens in order to help them with their land problems. He said that these individuals are fraud and that nobody should trust them or follow their advices regarding land problems. Mayor of Hargeisa City, Abdulrahman Mahmoud Aidid, reassured that his office is open for the citizens at any time to help them solve their problems and to close some cases that lasted for years. The mayor stated that he officially meets the citizens every Monday in his office, and on Tuesdays he meets with the sanitation companies in Hargeisa to discuss their progress in the capital city. The mayor eventually urged all citizens with land problems to come to his office to discuss these problems and find further resolutions. Nefis Network, one of the prominent organizations in the country to fight against FGM, held its 4th General Assembly meeting to elect the administration board members for the next 2 years. The event had in attendance officials from human rights organizations, women and child rights activists, governmental officials, and other keynote guests. Vice Minister of Labor and Social Affairs Shukri Harir Ismail made a keynote speech on the work output of Nefis Network and the plans in the pipeline for them, explaining services they provided for the people of Somaliland. She further spoke on the significance of having such umbrellas in the country to eliminate some of the most cruel acts such as FGM and other acts of violence against women and children. The Vice Minister stated that our religion is against violence in general. Amina Milgo, one of the top leaders of the network, spoke on a keynote speech he made during the event about the time Nefis Network was working to achieve a community that eliminated FGM completely and the achievements it made. She said that Nefis Network is an umbrella that hosts a group of NGOs that has the same objectives and goals, who eventually came together after a long struggle. Minister of Environment and Rural Development Shukri Haji Ismail Bandare, Vice Minister of Health, and chairperson of Somaliland Midwifery and Nursery Association, collectively spoke about the difference Nefis Network made since it was established in 2006. Representatives from the 20 NGOs which Nefis Network consists of re-elected the former administration board, which consists of 7 members, and praised their hard work and achievements made during their past 2 years. You're still tuned into the English news program on Somaliland National Television, and now for the international headlines. French President François Hollande says the threat from Islamic State militants in Iraq and Syria is global and that the response must be global. Speaking at the start of a conference in Paris to tackle the insurgency, he called for a coordinated response, which is likely to see an intensification of airstrikes. This conference has a single goal: to provide the political support needed to fight against a major threat called Islamic State, which threatens Iraq, the Middle East, and is a major risk for the whole world, said Hollande. He also said that the murder of British aid worker David Haines was a frightening illustration of the threat. Iraqi President Fuad Massoum also appealed to the 30 countries attending for help in reunifying his country. The talks are being held as the French military joins their British colleagues in launching surveillance fights over Iraq. A boat packed up with up to 250 African migrants trying to reach Europe has sunk off the Libyan coast. Only 26 people have been rescued, the rest are feared drowned. Migrants have been streaming out of North Africa in rickety boats in ever-increasing numbers. So far in 2014, more than 100,000 have reached Italian shores. Human traffickers are said to be exploiting the political chaos in Libya, which has blighted the country since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Catch us tomorrow at the same time.